Okay, welcome back. Sitoway. Had to cut it the other day, obviously, because I couldn't remember what on God's green earth I was saying. I ran for a while, no notes, trying to give y'all a solid introduction to, obviously, the concept and the mission and the purpose behind Sitoway. And so, as I mentioned, I wanted to do a follow-up video, kind of, I guess, recapping, but more just giving you the last of my thoughts, the remainder of my thoughts that I could not vocalize at the time. So I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Here we are. This is several days later, just so you know. It's pretty funny. Anyhow, so kind of going back to what I was talking about before-ish, as best I can. The purpose behind Sitoway, the main purpose is to live true to who you are. Live true to who you know you are in your heart. Who God or the universe or source is calling you to be. To be in alignment and to be on purpose with your purpose. To embrace your uniqueness instead of shunning it. And a big part of that I realized on my own journey, this is what I was trying to say the other day, was probably one of the biggest things is to, instead of, I realized where a lot of that self-hatred came from, is it's fatal to your self-image when you start looking at yourself and going and thinking, well, what's wrong with me? And then having basically a list of reasons to substantiate what's wrong with you. Why not ask yourself what's right with me? Because I realized that's really what happened to me at a very young age. Is I felt so weird and out of the box, and because I couldn't fit in the box or the mold that society had for me, you know, starting in school and what have you, that kind of led me to start believing like, okay, there's something wrong with me, or there's many things wrong with me. And that list grew. Because what you focus on ultimately expands. So when you start focusing on, I have all these things wrong with me, you're going to keep building that list. And I think part of it too, that only added insult to injury and really did not help, was, you know, going and getting diagnoses from doctors. Oh, they label you. Oh, you have this. You have this now. You have this now. Okay, and then you add that to your list of things that's wrong with you. You're a whole complete being. Okay, we all are, and we all have unique gifts, talents, and abilities, and that we're here to use. And we shouldn't I know it's easier said than done. It's been a long journey for me, and you never arrive, but that's basically the purpose and the mission here is keep fighting, man. Keep fighting, ladies and gentlemen. Don't give up. Never fold. Keep seeking greater levels of alignment with your essence, with who you know you are, with who you feel you are in your heart. And don't shun that part of you, because that is you. And I see now how the labels, the questioning yourself of what's wrong with you rather than what's right with you, ultimately builds this identity of, I think that's where people go wrong, and then they end up, because I went on that same path, then you end up trying to put yourself into a mold, and you end up living a life that's not yours, and not on purpose, and not deliberate, and not intentional. And that's the last thing I want. And remember that through struggle is where the growth is. I wouldn't have this awareness and this elevated consciousness that I'm blessed with now, and that I see the world from a different place had I not been through all that shit. Diamonds are created under pressure. So that's basically the message, is live true to who you are and don't allow other people and the opinions of others and society and anything to beat that out of you. Because that's not what we're here for. We're not here. I was thinking about this today, actually. We're not here. I used to think this, like, shit was so rough at many points for me that I used to think I just want to get through this, man. That should not be how you live your life. With the attitude of, I just want to get through this shit. We're not here to get through. We're here to be present. We're here to enjoy the moment, good or bad. We're here to grow. We're here to peel back more of the layers of who we are. We're here to self-actualize and to realize more of our potential. That's what we're here for. And then to become so fused with it and embody it to such a degree that light just automatically shines out on the world. And that's a huge part of the concept and my mission behind Sitoway, is to let my light shine. You know, interestingly enough, God put this on my heart many years ago. Probably, as crazy as it is, we're in 2024. So, gosh, probably maybe start of, it was probably like 2020. He put it on my heart. I started making content. I got a bunch of stuff in the archives. But I put it out a little bit, but I never really listened to that calling. And I guess I wasn't ready. I really am a firm believer when the student's ready, the teacher appears. And he kept nudging me. He kept saying, come on, man. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I gave you this voice for a reason. I gave you this struggle to then go spread the message. The message that you're not alone in your struggle. The message that you aren't alone, period. That you already are whole and complete. That you don't need the validation and the approval of other people. That you don't have anything to prove to anyone. So, that's basically it in a nutshell. I'm going to talk a lot on this channel about, I'm going to get into a lot more detail about my struggle with mental health, what I've done to remedy certain aspects of it, how I deal with it today. That's another thing that I'm really a huge proponent for and big on with the Sitoway is I want to be, as I've mentioned before, I am committed to being as authentic and transparent with you all as I possibly can, because it's a struggle. It always will be. And that's how I want to be a beacon of hope, is go, look, don't give up. I still struggle with those thoughts. I still struggle with those states of mind where maybe not to the degree, I really believe life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. That's the hope, right? Is you get stronger. Life hasn't gotten easier for me. I know I've just gotten stronger. And I'm 1000% committed to being transparent because I feel like there needs to be more of that in the world. And that's really the specific message that God has been trying to relay to me over the years is basically, I always share my story with everyone if they wanted to listen or they ask. I'm not ashamed of my struggle. I'm not ashamed of it at all. And again, every time I've been closest to suicide, that's been my last thought, is I just want people to be happy. And as I mentioned before, no one can make anyone happy. But maybe what I can do and what God's trying to guide me to carry out through my message is perhaps I can give people, through my struggle, I can be a beacon of hope and get them to think about certain things and get them to feel like, gosh, I'm not alone. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep working at this, damn it. And to have that resilience and that persistence and that courage and that strength to keep going no matter how hard it gets. No matter, this is, by the way, this isn't just mental health specific. No matter what you're dealing with. To have that faith, most importantly, that faith that regardless of where things are right now, that faith in the unseen, and that belief in the unseen, that if you hold a higher image, that unseen will eventually become the seen, become the visible. So it's something I'm really passionate about. Again, I'm hell-bent. I don't know how much time I have. None of us do. So I'm hell-bent on living every day to the best of my ability. I'm hell-bent on spreading this message. And I'm hell-bent, most importantly, on utilizing my pain and my struggle for good. I'll be damned if it's going to be for nothing. It's not going to be for nothing. And I don't know if I said this before, but the truth is, starting this and getting kind of more into it and writing content, even though I'm talking just off the cuff right now, writing content on my million legal pads that are around my place, months ago, at probably the closest without a doubt, the closest I've ever been to committing suicide, literally saved my life. Like 1000%. I know that in deep in my heart. Because it gave me something more to live for. I mean, that's really just to give you some perspective how low I was at that point. Sorry, I know I've been sniffling a lot. I'm still getting over it. I was really sick for a couple weeks. Anyway, that really, I believe, kept me going long enough because it was very dark and dismal. Anyhow, I hope that gives you, I hope this, in conjunction with the video that was filmed before where I couldn't remember what the hell I was talking about, I hope it gives you some perspective and some clarity and some understanding of basically just the purpose, mission, and concept behind Sitoway. And I really, truly hope that you find value for yourself in the content. Please feel free to interact with me. I'm always open to, I love, just chatting with people. Again, that's one of my favorite things. I love people. I really do. And I truly care. And I've always had that mindset of I want us all to rise, and I believe that is possible, and I believe that's how it should be, period, end of story. I do not believe in a what's the saying? Is it a zero-sum game? Or win-lose? I don't believe in that. And I want to take as many people on this journey as possible. I want to expand the community. And I really do want to reach as many people as possible. So if you know anyone who's really struggling at this time, and it can be with any number of things, please, please, please share this message with them. And from a place of love, always lead with love. And I sincerely hope, and I'm working towards impacting as many people as I can, like I said, with this message. As I know in my heart, this is a huge part of my purpose. So, anyhow, hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will catch you on the next one. Much love.